hit that subscribe button and the bell icon beside it to check out our latest videos before anyone else. What's up everyone, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech. This is the camera review of Honor 7X. On the rear, Honor 7X comes with a dual camera setup with a 16 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing, along with a single LED flash. On the front, it has a single 8 megapixel camera. Now let's look at the camera interface. So guys, this is the camera interface and it looks exactly like the one we have seen in Honor 9i. This is the shortcut for gallery, to take pictures and to take a video. Now you can swipe to the right side to access additional modes. You can swipe to the left side for settings. At the top we have the toggle for flash. Next we have the toggle for wide aperture mode. So in this mode we can change the aperture all the way from 0.55, 0.95 to 16. Next we have the portrait mode for the rear camera. Next we have the moving picture mode. Next if you click this button it will switch the camera. Now once again we have the toggle for flash. Next we have this toggle for portrait mode. Let me just disable that and then enable it again. Once again a shortcut to switch the camera. Over here we have the settings for beauty mode. We can record video in 1080p. So here's the resolution, there's no 4K and there's no optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization on this phone. Now these are some shots taken in daylight and well-lit conditions. Honor 7X doesn't have auto HDR, so all these images are taken with HDR turned off. I have taken all these images in the evening, so images should be slightly to the warmer side. But here, images have good color balance, as if the images were took in the afternoon. Dynamic range is good, but because of overexposure, sharpness is a little off. Even with the macro shots, Honor maintains good color balance, and you get good bokeh effect. These are some shots taken with the HDR turned on. Images look way better, but once again, they look a little overexposed. Color reproduction is good and capturing speeds were good. On the whole, it does a pretty decent job with HDR turned on. If Honor can fix the exposure issue, rear camera will perform even better. For example, colors in this image are completely blown out, whereas for macro shots, it maintained good colors. Now for selfies, once again it has issues with exposure control. You get bright images, you look fair, but colors are inaccurate. Just like Honor 9i, it comes with an equally wide angle lens, so that's a great thing. Sharpness is okay. Capturing speeds were good. In low light and artificial conditions, once again it overexposes the image if it has a bright source. Capturing speeds are slightly low in low light and images become very soft. In very low light conditions, Honor 7X uses the display as flash and that isn't sufficient. You get a dim image with a lot of noise. If you wear glasses like me, this is how it turns out. In daylight, selfies are good and in low light, they are manageable. Front camera is not as good as Moto G5 or the G5S Plus, but it is better than Mi A1 and Redmi Note 4. At the very least, you get wider selfies. Now these are the portrait shots from rear camera. Once again it overexposes the shot, so colors look slightly blown out, and sometimes underexposes the shot and you get dim images. On the whole, in good lighting condition, it does a good job. If lighting conditions are bad, you need to jump in and adjust exposure manually to get better shots. By the way, portrait shot on the rear cameras is almost as good as Honor 9i, except for the difference in color reproduction. Now these are the portrait selfies. Images look the same as the regular selfies with an added blur effect. And Honor 7X does a great job with a single camera. I have compared these images with Honor 9i, which uses dual camera setup for the front camera portrait mode, and I couldn't notice any difference in blur effect. With that said, because of the difference in color reproduction, portrait shots look better on Honor 9i. These are some more shots with the regular selfies on the left side and the portrait shots on the right side. Now coming to low light, these are some images taken in low light in indoor conditions. Colors are to the warmer side and you need very stable hands to get sharp images. There is also a slight amount of noise, but that's manageable. Sharpness level and details are pretty good. These are some more shots in very low light conditions. Capturing speeds are faster, but every time you take a picture, it takes a second or two to sharpen the shot, and that kinda helps to reduce noise. Despite all that, images look too dark. So in low light, it does an okay job. Now for video recording, this is a sample footage. The Honor 7X, and on the right side I have the Honor 9i, and the audio is also from the phones itself. Honor 7X also has a dedicated mic for noise cancellation. I'm not sure about the Honor 9i, so let me know how the noise cancellation is on the 7X. This phone can shoot video only in 1080p. There's no 4K video recording, optical image stabilization or electronic image stabilization, so the entire footage is very shaky. But the color reproduction is good and better than Honor 9i. Dynamic range is good and focusing speeds are good. There is a slight exposure shift, but it's still better than other phones in its price range. This is the footage from the front camera. Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech. And this is the camera comparison between the Honor 7X and the Honor 9i. I have the 7X on the left side and the 9i on the right side. So you can just check out the dynamic range right now. Both the phones seems to be equally wide, with Honor 7X being slightly wider. Once again, we can only shoot video in 1080p. There's no stabilization. Footage is shaky, but you get a wide angle footage, and most importantly, footage looks overexposed. So guys, cameras on this phone are worth the price, especially as an overall package. There are other phones with either better rear cameras or better front cameras, but this is currently the only phone that comes with good portrait mode on the front and back with a full view display at this particular price point. If Honor fixes the exposure issue, cameras will be even better on 7X. So don't buy this phone only for the cameras. Buy this phone only if you like the entire package. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Looking at the sample pictures and video footage, what's your opinion about the cameras of Honor 7X? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description, it helps the channel. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to see more cool videos on tech. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.